it's really addictive, you know. When I paint the trains, I feel like the paint hit the steel, and you smell that super nice, you know, sweet, you know, can flavor.
Killa Kela podcast. KillaKelaOfficial.com.
Instagram UK Frontline.
Beatbox created,
Killa Kela.
and we're here to talk about world music and street culture.
Killa Kela podcast.
Big shout to our friends Graffiti Kings inside the place now. Let's switch you on now. Welcome to another location, a very different location to usual. I'm in sunny Warsaw, Poland, and thought it'd be a beautiful moment to contact a friend of mine. He goes by the name of CENT KFC.
Not 50 cent like a classic cent, yeah.
Hold tight, CENT inside the place.
This name you should know, of course. Yeah, we have a good time. We are here in Warsaw with Killa, and we talk about chill in the Sunday day, sorry.
Yeah, well, it is a chill on a Sunday. I mean, I'm really grateful that you managed to come for. I only had 24 hours here, so it was really a case of can you do it or can't you do it? And it was like, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, the active time, 24 hours, like boom, 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 doing all the stuff you're planned. That's crazy, but
Yeah, man.
that's good. I like the tempo.
Yeah, the tempo is, work rate is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better than, you know, doing the things slowly and everything. Sometimes it's of course good with chill, you know, and they do the things a little bit slower. But if you have your tempo and you pass this way, it's really good, really good.
So I mean, I've been coming to Poland on and off for about 13 years.
Yeah.
And again, that's showing my fucking age, man. All right, Killa Kela podcast. We're dealing with like heritage shit right here, okay? And KFC, your crew. I mean, I just remember like an abundance of style and color and just attack, like the levels in the Polish graff scene back in like maybe the late 90s to early noughties were crazy.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to hear. Nice to hear you like it. I appreciate that. And this was like a big influence for us, for the KFC crew from the North graffiti, Swedish styles. It was really big influence for the style, you know, with this bubble letters and bubble highlights.
For real,
Yeah. I really like it, you know. I really like it, and we try to do something similar, but still keeping our way, you know. And this Warsaw got like many mix. It was like a mix of styles, you know, because on the beginning, I think the graffiti starts here like 96, 95 maybe, you know, 96 more.
Golden kind of hip-hop rap era.
Yeah, exactly. 90s, still tough stuff. But a lot of writers, you know, came here with their some different city styles. So we got a mix of Berlin, we got a mix of Stockholm, we got a mix of I don't know, the other cities from the not especially
The
German. Nordic also,
yeah.
Nordic like on the beginning it's, you know, the past graffiti times, you know, there wasn't like internet like nowadays you can see all the stuff on the internet immediately. You got the styles.
Yeah.
But then was like you got this explicit graphics magazine.
Yeah, for real.
Of course, this is like
That's biblical. For real.
That's true. And we also start with this. What was this name? This from the Swedish graph magazine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you probably know that.
Yeah, you're gonna kill me. Oh, I can't remember.
Me either. But
Europe in general,
exactly.
just slammed it with the graph mags. Like there was it back jumps?
Yeah, but back jumps was German one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, until I told it before, the Germans are more like wild style, you know, guys.
Bro, it's hard wild style.
Yeah, but they try to do the style really, you know, difficult. And I'm the simple guy, you know. On these times in 90s, you know, we tried with KFC bring the styles more simple, you know. That was really fresh in 90s for us, and the people really on the beginning they try to hate that, you know. That is we bite the Nordic style. Because we don't need to paint that fast, like in Sweden or Norway on the scan. Because I think the simple style makes starts from the don't have that much time, you know, to concentrate, to focus on the projects, you know, on the train graph, you know.
No long thing.
Yeah, exactly. When you are doing a back jump and you got like 5 minutes or 6 minutes, you do the simple style, the blockbusters, letters, outline fill in, you know, and background, and boom. But it's really, for me, it's really hard to do a simple style, you know, but still with a good style, you know. The simple, stylish letters, you know, it's really harder. I think it's even easier to make a wild style, you know, when you try. Maybe not easier, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you're reversing what you do. Simple is harder sometimes.
Exactly, simple is harder.
Yeah.
Simple is harder because it's really hard. It's really easy to make. I don't know the word for that.
It exposes the
exactly
mistakes almost.
Exactly, all the mistakes gonna be seen immediately. Oh, this is wrong, and in the wild style, you don't even know what the author want, you know. Maybe he want like these arrows everywhere, you know, and
I get you. And you can get away with making little mistakes because the details are so much more.
Exactly. That's why I'm really a big fan of simple styles from the past to now, you know.
Just for the layman's, for the people that don't know, because you know I have a lot of music fans that check this out as well. Explain back jumps. What's a back jump?
Yeah, the back jump is this type of painting, you know, where you are doing on the last station when the train just park, you know, and the driver just have to get to the front of the train from the back to the front. This is called why this back jump, because the driver is going from the back to the front, and you got like 5 minutes, you know, is the end station, and then you got this time for painting, you know. A lot of back jumps are with the people inside, you know. The people, this is line station, the people go into the train, you know, and you paint with the people inside, you know. It's different than in the yard when the train is off, you know, and it's silent and you have a more time, you know. Back jump is like a quick painting, like boom, boom, boom.
This is where I think culturally I get my head into maybe there's a little layer of nostalgia, okay. But when I think of Polish graff, I think of its time when it came to life. I mean, you were very prominent in those early days. I know you'll probably debate that with other kind of legends of your,
of
you know.
course.
But there's Eastern Europe always has had, I feel, a lawlessness about it. You can push the envelope a little bit more freely here. Do you know what I mean?
Not really. You mean like this?
There's, I don't know, right? So with graff in America and the UK, the parameters were set early.
Yeah.
That laws were put into place immediately,
Yeah.
like to try and stop this thing and hold it together. But with Poland, I've always felt like there was, it was more
more easy or
young.
Young. Yeah, maybe because you know it's like this. We are talking about graffiti goes east. You know, there's like.
Oh God, that's so true.
You heard about it?
Yeah, it's right.
Because words like this, you know, graffiti came here from, you know, from the west, and it's going farther and farther. And the Poland was like this border, you know. We are the next living to the Russia, you know. And I think like this, all the writers who came here and just influence us, you know. A lot of them from France, you know, Belgium, or I don't know, like I said, Scandinavia, you know, writers. And they stopped. It was like the end station, you know. When you are a writer and you travel a lot in Europe, and I think that Warsaw was like the last stop on that times, you know, because now, of course, the times are changed. But in the 90s and the beginning of 2000, the people just came here, and the Warsaw was like the last stop. And I think that's good for us, you know. That's
For
good.
real, because you had all this influence of every other country that's kind of like...
and we got. I remember that times I've seen on our trains so many good names, you know. From that times it was like really cool. The buff doesn't work, you know. So the names are running for, you know, months, for years even, you know. Wow. That was really, really wicked.
Damn. Give me some names of the time, particularly ones that you grew up with.
Yeah, of course. Like this is like UFC, you know, SDK. I remember they did a lot of Holcars, or the CAF crew, from Berlin, for example, and from Borkru, SMBA. There's so a lot. There's so a lot of names, I can't tell all of them now, but
Just so many names.
but exactly, that's so many names, so many good hawkers. And I remember that those times I got some problems with school. So my parents said, "Yeah, you don't gonna go for the vacation. You have to stay in the city, and you have to prepare for the exam after the holidays, And I was sitting on the bench, all days long, and I was like looking for the trains. And this is what like so stuff running, And for us in 90s when we can't even buy the good cans here, because the Poland is like. It's the end of the, like I said, the end of the Europe. Maybe not the end, but we were a little bit delay, with all some stuff. So no caps, no cans. We have to start with really primal equipment.
That shit's still it's hard for it to not impress people. Like when I look back at those magazines now, explicit graphics, graphitism, like all these, bro, like these paints weren't refined like they are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's crazy. Just look at the styles, man, and just trying to keep it together with the caps that were around,
But still, this is graffiti, This is graffiti. This is how it works, It have to be like express you, And I think that the level of the good writers here in Warsaw is like. Really high, and even from the beginning, like this Polish crew WTK, they got like in birthday like 25 years now, 20 years, but they are really, really fresh, and all of them are really good writers, right? Like they now they're working like some of them like graphic designers, so some architectures and stuff like this, and the people with nice ideas, and. It's really, really often like this. If you feel the flow, with the graffiti, and you are still here, like me, I'm painting since 96 or 95. It's like 25 years now or something,
Wow.
And if you are
incredible.
Yeah, I don't know, but this is a really huge part of your life, It's even more than half of my life, So I'm really in, and. I really try to do something really creative, really good. And on the beginning, of course, it was different. I in the beginning I want to show up to other writers. I'm doing more for the other people to see it. But now these days I'm doing more for myself. For my crew, for my friends. And I'm not really looking for sending some pictures to the magazines like I did before. Of course, It's the times change, but some of these people got talent. This is like I say, and
I love the anonymity of like the legends. Because being a Londoner and seeing like a DDS member like put up a piece anywhere, and I don't know.
Shout out for DDS,
DDS all day, man. There's something comforting and homely and like familiar about it all. And when you have like a legendary writer like yourself and you know that they're still there, I know you're saying you do it personally, but from just a fan, like to see that it's still there, there's something really like warm about that. You know what I mean? Because like you were there from years ago.
Yeah. This is like you put your heart over there. You live the heart over there, and but it's always like this, you're going up and you're going down, you're going up. Of course, I got some times when I want to quit and say, no, it's too much, for me. And this is, okay, I'm going to quit it. But after, few weeks, it's impossible, This is like your lifestyle. If you are a graffiti writer, like in your heart, you just can't pass the train station. When you hear the train, you're gonna look. For sure, you're gonna look. I can't imagine that the train just passed and I hear the train and not to look at it. This is this is inside of you.
What is the bug? What is that bug? How do you define it?
This is a hard question, man. I really know. I don't.
I bet you ask yourself it all the time.
Exactly.
It's like someone addicted to sugar or something. It's like
exactly. Yeah. I don't know. But. Or you got it or you don't, I think it's work like this, but
is it an addiction? It's an addiction.
Yeah, some kind of. I'm just wondering, one of my hypotheses, like maybe stupid, but I was also thinking that the smell of the paint, even, you know, it is really addictive. You know, when I paint the trains, I feel like the paint hit the steel, and you smell that super nice, you know, sweet, you know, can flavor. And I don't know, maybe it makes, this is maybe why
Like
you're so
lighting a
addicted.
cigarette, like lighting a
maybe,
cigarette.
maybe,
You know?
I don't know, but really some type of cans, I really love the smell, you know, even this my idea, if you really need to get motivated to go outside, sometimes you're, I'm too lazy now, I'm sitting home, maybe I don't have to go out in the middle of the night in winter, you know, but I go to my magazine, you know, shake some cans, try some caps, you know, and I smell it and I say, yeah, I need it. I need it, you know, I need to do it, you know, and work
That's
like,
an addictive thing in itself. The CFCs and
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is, you know, maybe it is like this.
thought of it like that. But yeah, the whole ritual. Ah.
Yeah. The ritual is really important, you know, with the preparation and from the beginning, from making sketch, from choose the colors. It's always works like this, you know. It's not even because some missions are really short. You paint for like I said, like on this back jump, you got like 5 minutes of painting, but we prepare like, I don't know, few hours, few days before that, you know. And this summer I was on this mission, you know, in Amsterdam with some writers, really good names, you know, and they plan everything was like, we have to close the door, put some smell bombs inside the subway, you know, to the people not sitting on the place, and everything was organized. And the time of painting was like 3 minutes or something, man, but the preparation takes like, I don't know, like 2 days or 3 days to set everything with the timetables, you know, and this who gonna do everything. Is like the mission is really important, you know.
That's crazy to think that it goes to that level. Wow. Whoa.
In these times, yeah, these times really, it's really starting to get really hard with some systems, you know. There's this more secure, more cameras, the people know what's going on, you know. In the beginning, like you said, in the 90s, especially in Warsaw, it was quite easy. Now when I look on these times, it's really easy, you know. But nowadays they got these drones, you know, this fancy stuff, some sensors, and they really try to protect, you know. But for me, this my motto is, you know, if I even get busted or something, you know, this is only paint, you know, this is graffiti. If somebody get busted, I don't gonna kill anybody, you know. I just put some colors, you know. What can you do, you know? But I know the law. In some countries, you can get like go to the prison for a really long time for just painting the trains, you know. This is ridiculous, you know, but still it gives you the kick of adrenaline that you don't want to get busted. For sure you don't.
Yeah, the adrenaline on a situation like, well, I mean, it must be overwhelming. That in itself is a drug.
For sure it is, man. I think that this, like I said, the paint and the adrenaline, this combination and mix two of them is like giving you really it works like motivation, maybe. I don't know.
Let's talk about back in the day a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let's talk about KFC, because I found it really interesting that you were such a small crew, but yet you took out so much. Like there were some bigger crews, but they weren't competing with the levels that you guys were putting out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, because we're starting from the 2 people, you know, and this was like, I wasn't living in Warsaw, I live in the small city under the Warsaw, it's like 15 minutes from Warsaw, but, you know, those days we don't have a car, and really we want to show up, you know, and the best way to show up was painting the trains, you know, and me and my friend just, I remember those days we spent like whole night on the yard to do some 2 or 3 panels to people can see it, you know. And on the beginning the KFC was like really small crew and start to develop. We just put this mission, you know, to the people really have to recognize us, you know. So we do the front side, do a lot of tags, you know, and we meet some other crazy guys who really think the same way. They were more like they were more like friends than the typical graff crew, you know. We hanging out together, spend time, you know. It's often like this, you know. It's not only with the KFC. And I remember those times when this NT crew visited us. You know, this was like a super big punch for us. You know, influence. Yeah, but they were so fresh. You know, with the styles, with energy. You know, with the flow. This was like this gives us a power. I know that the other Warsaw crews was jealous about this, you know, just with this connection, you know, from these guys, and we did a lot of really super nice end-to-ends, you know, like.
So NT, for those that you don't know, Network Terror,
Yeah.
England, well, Arrow, a whole crew. I mean, God, there was some heavy.
Heavy stuff, and this is like from even if I see the pictures from those times now.
But it doesn't do it justice.
Oh no! It's never get old, you know, and it's like they did super fresh even for those times. The styles are so, you know, beyond, you know.
Well, I mean, this was the thing about NT that I loved, was it was production.
Yeah, that was
and turnaround.
Exactly. That, like you said, you know, and this is a good combination because the way of thinking of those guys were really similar to us. You know, they really do the simple styles. They like it, you know, and it's and also we got a really nice flow together, and that was the really golden days. You know, I remember this before internet era, really before Instagram. You know, before you have to wait to develop your pictures. You know, you got this old new Olympus Mu camera, and you do the piece in the night, and you don't have to pictures on your, you know, camera immediately. You have to wait to develop to see if you get good pictures on rare pictures, and that was amazing. Those times. It was 2003, 2002 or something like that.
It's a Terror Fabulous video.
Yeah,
that was fire as well.
Deadly was the Terror Fabulous video was like
terribly fabulous.
Those times, man, this is like. For me, it's like really
Golden.
Yeah, in those times everybody get camera. I can do the stuff like this. But I remember I visiting, you know, and he showed me the footage, how it looks, and it was like brain damage. You know, what is this? You know, and. The only movies before I have seen this was like Dirty Hands, some Swedish movies, you know, but the footage and this type of edit really pumped to the music, you know, and this drum and bass stuff, and it was
mind blowing.
Yeah, exactly,
mind blowing.
Exactly.
Really close to the wire.
And the thing is like, you know, it's really nice to be one of the first, you know, it's not like if you copy somebody and do it, you know, in those times, this movie, I don't know, is gonna be like super wicked, but in the past, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. This is how I came to know you. You know, through those portals of the videos, the DVDs of NT. Talk to me. So, who was in KFC? Oh, definitively.
Yeah, definitely. It was me, CENT, you know, and KOB, my good friend. Then we take one more guy, the CN. He's still painting, he's a good writer at the moment. And this was 3 of us. And also we got some friends like Letki, the Let, but he was like a checker, you know.
I want to talk about Let.
No problem,
This is my segue, and this is why I want to talk about this. This is the most incredible element.
He's a crazy guy, you know, and he's never feel like doing graphs, you know, but he put some tags, but horribly, this is really horrible tags, you know, but we love it. He loved to damage stuff, you know, and he was like, he was our like eye, you know, and I really got respect to people who for going for the mission in the night just for checking, you know, and the lad was like, anytime, any mission you ask him, okay, I'm go, you know, so this was
wow.
Like,
So he used to check.
Yeah. He used to check all this, you know, the guards, the security, and also he enjoyed the mission, and he's like a fucking alcoholic, man. Always he got drunk with the beer and all of the stuff, and he got a lot of funny situation, you know, and it's like, he's a funny guy, you know, and this is like always nice if you get this good atmosphere with some smile on your face on the mission, not stress, because we are really we take mission really serious, you know, and this guy was really super chill, you know, and this was like sometimes it even get us mad, you know, that's focused, let me say, hey, we no, relax, if something's happened, I stay, I call, I can talk, you know, and he was like
So he really was like the middle. Did you feel safe when he was around?
On the beginning, yes. Later, from time to times, when he was totally drunk, we got a mission like this. It was more like, okay, if something's happened, we run, let him stay. They buzzed him, leave him. But it was a joke, of course. But yeah, I feel safe. I feel safe. He was a really good checker, especially when in the winter, when you have to stay like half an hour, even more, in freezing outside just to see.
It's cold as fuck, man.
Yeah, and you just stay and check. You don't even paint. You don't have because while you're painting, you got this sweat, stress. You don't feel it. But when you check, I check a few times. I already check a few times, but it is not for me.
Is it? I guess it's a bit boring.
I don't want to say it, guys, find your checker, but it's not super nice hobby to be a checker for me.
Bro, like, I never heard of it before. I'd never heard of there actually being a checker in the crew. This is news.
I don't know. I know some checkers from in the other crews nowadays, but before that was we were the first crew with the checker. That's true. And now when you said it,
You're the first one to do it, for real, yeah. I can't think of any... Would I not come across anybody else that has ever had a checker?
Yeah, but I never think like this, before. But
It's just a given now.
Yeah, but...
There's a checker out there just parking his car.
Exactly.
Casual checkers.
Casual checkers, from time to time they are casual checkers, but it's like some people start, they skip, they go with you for one mission, two mission, then they get boring and
Sounds like interns, man.
Yeah, but he was never tired, and even those times, we got now there is really intensive life, we get a little bit older. But if I ask him, I know I can count on him, and this is where
Even now,
yeah. And the thing is, like, the checker is the guy you have to trust. It's not gonna be anybody you don't even know him. It have to be that 100% guy you trust him, because if something gets wrong, if he get busted, he's not gonna tell who was with him, or what I mean. He's not gonna snitch or something. So this is, and also he's a good friend of mine from since really a long time. And so this was like a Letki, CN, KOB, me, and after this we just get to the crew some new members, some fresh blood. But these people are, painting with us, but they are not like the core of the crew, So there was like Enrique. There was like a fools, some people who paint, and good friends, more than good friends than the writers, because we are focused on get a good company, because it's all about graffiti. Is for me on those times, and for KOBs, have a good time, spending times with friends. It wasn't like to select best writers and make super duper crew, just to really all cover the world, just more to hanging out together, spending time, and
I feel that.
yeah.
I will say though, it's fucking cold in Poland.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's
Like
true.
when it gets cold,
I
it's
hate cold.
That must have really like hampered your kind of your activity, like back in the day, especially.
That's true. The demotivating. Really, I really hate winter. But some missions in winter got this special mood, the special atmosphere, when it's snow and it's really in the night, it's really silent, and you hear like just scratch of the snow, like you know what the sound is. It's also nice when you see the footprints on the snow, and the atmosphere. The winter is sometimes even funnier than in summer, but I love summer.
Footprints, like back in the day, if you were to, like surely they would follow the footprints, no?
No, I don't know, but still, this is different in Poland, because even those days, the people who visiting me are really surprised, because on the layups, even on some yards, the drivers are sleeping inside the cars. This is ridiculous, but they got the job. They just finish the job like 7 p.m. and they have to sleep until like 5 a.m. in the trains,
So they're asleep.
Yeah, inside
What?
the train. Yeah. This is crazy, But it's only in Poland. I don't know.
Wow. So you could be like doing your thing.
Yeah, they are most of the time they're inside.
And do they give a shit?
Not really, not really. They
See,
really.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
It's like there's a different kind of level of tolerance.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They are more like really in about to get bust ricers, to get bust, you know.
Are they trying to get bust?
Yeah,
but they
that's
fall
right.
asleep?
Yeah, of course there are people, you know, and if you are doing it every day, of course. But I know the spot, the new one. Why my friends did like 3 whole cars every night. It was like last week, you know, and this is crazy, you know, because it's, you know, they got every night is different driver. But if you have to stay awake for whole night, you can't, you know. If you the next morning you have to start your work, so you have to be fresh, you know. So they go to sleep, you know, and you wait until they sleep. You see the window really sleeping, not yet, okay, that's a checking. But this is crazy.
Oh my
stuff,
god,
man.
this is crazy.
This is crazy. This is happening in Poland.
Yeah, you guys in Poland are on a whole nother level. A whole nother level.
I don't know. Is it new level? But when I go abroad, you know, of course, if the train is standing on the left, there's nobody inside. You know, it can be turned on, but nobody gonna sleep inside. You know.
To be doing it and having someone there, knowing they're there, and you brazenly doing it, that to me is just that's a headspace all of its own.
Headspace, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what I can say about this.
Have you ever gone on a mission drunk or anything like that? Are you quite controlled?
I rather want to stay focused, you know, and of course I'm this hash addict, you know, I smoke some weed, but before mission I never smoke. I try to be focused and clean in this, because of also about the paintings, more to focus on the letters, on the style, and on the situation also, you know, what's going on. It's work like this, you know, and those days the new school, the new guys is.
This episode continues over on your favourite podcast platform. Don't forget to subscribe to us.